Allen Home Comfort coming at you from AHR Las Vegas 2026. We've been looking at all of the heat pump water heaters here, and we're excited to bring them to market. What do you think, Dave?
I think every company here that does anything remotely close to water heaters has got hybrid water heaters now.
Hey, back at AHR 2026, I'm here with Jeff and Mr. Cool. We are a Mr. Cool dealer proudly. They make excellent mini split equipment, and he's gonna walk us through. Believe it or not, Jeff, even in 2026, there's quite a few people that still don't even know what a mini split is. So walk us through it.
The inverter technology is relatively new to the United States, but we've taken it a step further with our Mr. Cool systems because we offer a DIY system. We have a patent on this connection here, which allows the homeowner to actually be able to install their mini split themselves. It's a plunger valve technology, which allows us to vacuum and charge these line sets with refrigerant right at our factory. We also have...
Which is great. It makes it, just so the homeowners know, it's significantly different than other DIY kits out there because it makes it a lot easier, right?
Exactly. Most other mini split systems are required to vacuum down and put the refrigerant in the line sets with an HVAC technician. We take out that step, saving you thousands of dollars.
Exactly, right.
And then we also have what we refer to as our multi-zone system, which you can do a whole home with. We can do up to 6 different rooms off of one condenser. We have line sets that would run to each individual room. They come in different lengths, 16, 25, 35, and 50-foot lengths. And if you need to extend past that, we can go as far as 75 with a coupler system. It also lengthens the communication wire that runs from your air handler to your condenser. These have a 7-year warranty on the compressor, 5 on parts, and we do all of our warranty in-house here at Mr. Cool.
Fantastic. And then you were going to show us some of the heads over here as well, correct?
Right. We also have a contractor grade. So for people that don't necessarily want to install them themselves, but they still want to take advantage of the efficiency of an inverter system, we have our Olympus line. The Olympus line system, it comes in a multi-zone or a single zone. There's several different options with the air handler. We have the wall-mounted cassette, we have a 4-way cassette, and we also have a hidden duct system. This is one of our wall-mounted cassettes here. It has a filter behind here that can be reused, cleaned over and over again. And this is your single zone system. Now the difference in this and the DIY that we showed you earlier, this doesn't come with line sets. It would be copper tubing that would be used, and then you'd get an HVAC contractor to come out, vacuum it down, and put the refrigerant in. Both of the systems use the newest refrigerant, which is R454B. That's a DOE regulated refrigerant that we started this year. Also, most of our equipment is qualifies for rebates through Energy Star rebates, so we have a rebate locator on our website.
Excellent. So Allen Home Comfort, we deal a lot in energy efficiency.
Okay.
So most of the time, we're recommending people replace their old window units with these, and sometimes you get a little blowback because those are significantly less expensive, or at least used to be, right? The gap has closed.
It has.
But if you could explain a little bit of the benefits of why you would choose this over a standard window unit that we see so often.
100%.
Right?
Yes. Your upfront cost might be a little less expensive when it comes to a window unit, but with the inverter technology, there's a control board in here that regulates the amperage draw. So whatever setting you have it on, it keeps it from having to shut off and on and have that hard amperage draw that you get with a traditional split system or even an air conditioner system. Therefore, you don't pull as much amperage, which means you use less electricity and makes it much more efficient. Most of these systems have at least 20 SEER or 22 to 23 SEER rating, which stands for Seasonal Energy Efficiency Rating. And so that's why most of them qualify for energy rebates.
Right. Let me even dumb it down even further. The window units are terrible and cost a lot of money to run, and these are extremely efficient.
100%.
And cost a lot less to run,
100%.
right?
Yes.
Jeff, I appreciate you walking us through it. We're super excited to be offering these to our customers. With all the rebates and everything nowadays, like I said, they've closed the gap with the window unit to this.
Yep.
And
Mr. Cool, our slogan is comfort made simple, and that's exactly what we do with the DIY system. It's been very, very popular with our customers, and we look forward to working with you guys.
Right. cameraman has been bugging me. He keeps saying, I need a shirt that says Mr. Cool. He just wants to be called Mr. Cool.
I'll see what I can do for you guys.
We'll have to hook him up. Anyway, thanks,
Sounds
Jeff.
good.
I sure
It's been
appreciate
a
it.
pleasure,
It's been
Norman. Thank
absolutely
you.
has.
Thank you.
We're looking at another heat pump water heater. If you haven't noticed, there's quite a trend in the water heater space going to these heat pumps, and legislation that's coming forward in 2029 is gonna force us all into one of these, but it's not all a bad thing. I'm with Anas, right? Is that how you say
Yes,
it? Okay.
yes.
He's gonna tell us a little bit about the, how do you say it?
Ariston.
Ariston brand. Okay.
So Ariston is an Italian company
Okay.
that bought American Standard, and then it's making those heat pump water heaters.
Fantastic.
So we do have 4 capacities: 40 gallon, 50 gallon, 65, and 80 gallon. The 80 gallon is all the way up to 4.10 UEF. That means
Wow.
if you put $1 to heat the water, you get $4.10 worth of hot water.
That's
which is
fantastic.
fantastic.
Yeah, 4.1 is one of the highest I've seen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that means that this unit will pay for itself in a few years.
Right.
That's an ROA right there.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. We have side connection, and we have also upper connections. That will
Okay.
give the plumber the options to choose whether to use the side connections or the upper connections.
A little more flexible.
Exactly.
So in our market in Arizona, we really like them because most water heaters there are in the garage or a utility room where we have an abundance of heat, right?
Correct.
We don't have the problem in some other markets where they have to look for that. So explain to us a little bit about that and why that would be a benefit for an Arizona market specifically where you have a lot of heat.
I don't know how cold it gets in garages in Arizona, but as long as it's over 36 degrees,
Right.
which I believe it's always over 36 degrees, unless it's something right up in the mountains, the heat pump will work just fine. But even though, if you have, let's say, 15, 20 degrees, you will not run out of hot water. Why? Because the heat pump may not be able to heat the water.
But you still
So-
have those elements.
Exactly.
Oh, that's
So
the hybrid
control,
part of it.
Exactly. So the control will understand that there is no way to heat the water using the heat pump.
And it kicks on.
It's gonna kick the yes.
Got it. And then efficiency-wise, we always try to explain to customers why you would go to a heat pump, even though the initial cost is slightly more, cost to run would be significantly less, correct?
So most of the electric water heaters, if you look at the yellow labels, most of them says about $500 a
Right.
year. That's how it's supposedly.
Right.
So those numbers are based on 14 cents a kilowatt.
Right. Which many, and including our own, is much higher than that.
Exactly. These, using that 14 cents a kilowatt, it says that you can pay about $120 a year.
Right.
So that's about $380 of saving.
And then in Arizona, it also cools off the garage a little bit while it does it, right?
Yes, it
Because it
does.
throws that cold air back in.
Yes, it does. So what happens is the unit will suck the air in, and it will condense the freon or the
refrigerant.
the refrigerant, and then it will compress it. And once we compress it, we create a friction, and then we create friction, we create heat. So that's what happens inside the unit.
Yeah.
And then when it cools down a little bit, it comes out from there cold. So
Cold.
the air will go through in hot and will come out
And come
cold.
out cold. So this specific unit, it's throwing it up top, but you have little duct kits that you could do.
You
and
can use, yes. As
put
long
that
as-
air wherever you want it,
If
really.
you do have 700 cubic feet, well, you will be fine. You don't need any ducting, any.
Unless you want to direct
Take
it. Yeah,
somewhere.
I have some customers that they'll use a duct kit and they'll put it to a little storage space where they
Absolutely.
want it to be cold all the time.
Absolutely. So you do
can
that.
utilize it,
So
yeah.
for this, you don't need an adapter. We already have this.
Oh, fantastic.
So it's already ready for,
Right.
to
Okay,
take
yeah,
it whatever
see
you
that
need
up
to
there?
do.
Okay.
Yes.
Very cool.
So if you don't have 700 cubic feet and you need, for example, let's say you were going to install it in a closet, you still will need an adapter for the inlet. Or you can just have a lower door and then it will be just fine.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Well, and then this one has Wi-Fi, I see, and then there's several different modes. You want to just walk us briefly through the modes
So let's start with the Wi-Fi first, if you don't mind. The Wi-Fi will just give you an access to the unit through your phone.
Right.
So you will be in Texas, and then your wife calls you and says, hey, listen, can you just bump up a little bit the temperature? You can do it,
Right,
even though
right.
she can go downstairs and
Yeah.
fix it or do it in the garage.
It's just
But that's
easier to
okay.
do it. Okay, I got it.
So the modes, let's start with this one over here. So this iMemory mode is some kind of new and unique to us.
Okay.
So what we do is the unit will learn your habits.
Okay.
Let's say you wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you take a shower, half hour. And then your wife wakes up at 6 o'clock, she takes another shower. Your son maybe comes back from school at 5 p.m., takes another shower.
Right.
The unit will understand this and then will utilize this algorithm. And after 4 weeks, it will make sure that at that time you take a shower, your wife takes a shower, and your son takes a shower, it will make sure that you have
It adjusts.
enough
Okay.
hot water.
Very good.
So let's say somebody from out of town is spending some time with you. They woke up at 3 o'clock or 3:30 in the morning. They took a shower before they hit the road. They used all the hot water that you have inside.
Yeah.
The unit will understand that
You need
you're
it.
gonna need water as
Okay.
soon as possible.
Right.
Why? Because you're gonna wake up at 5 o'clock, so you
Sure.
need hot water. It will utilize anything that it can to make sure that 5 o'clock when you wake up in the morning, you will have hot
Right.
water.
Okay.
The other modes are
Why don't you come in here so he can see you can see the modes.
so electric is just an electric water heater.
Okay.
That will you
it
just
turns
will-
off the heat pump.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then we have boost, and then we have fast.
Okay.
So let's say somebody just showed up and then there was a little bit unusual usage of water.
Higher activity.
Yes. So boost will be one-time thing, and then once it reaches that temperature, it will go back to the previous mode that it was on.
Okay.
Fast, it will stay for 3 days. Think about a long weekend,
Sure.
Thanksgiving, Christmas.
You got people visiting. You want it to be on fast.
Exactly.
Got
So
it.
instead of going downstairs or to the garage or to your phone, every time put boost, 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 you can just put it on
Right.
fast and forget about it.
Sure.
And after 3 days, it will go back to the mode it was before.
Okay.
iMemory, we talked about it. Electric, we
I
talked
noticed
about
one
it.
that was comfort
So
and green.
green is only using the
Just
heat
the
pump.
heat pump.
Only.
Okay.
So the thing about this is sometimes if it's a little cold, it will be hard for the heat pump to get the temperature,
Right.
to get the water to the temperature that it's
But
set.
in the dead heat of an Arizona summer, you can kick it on that and
You-
save the most.
Yes. And you will be more saving. There will be more saving
Right.
when you put it on green.
Okay.
So the $120 that I told you about, it was out of comfort mode.
Which utilizes the elements as well as the heat pump.
It will use the heat pump first, and then when it thinks that it's taking a little too long and it cannot reach the temperature
Got
that
it.
is set, it will switch to the electric.
Fantastic. Well, that is awesome. And I appreciate you walking us through it. It's amazing how few of people in our market even have heard of this type of water heater, and they've been out for generations at this point.
So the thing that people don't know probably that they used to have, or they already have, a heat pump technology.
Right, yeah.
Your fridge
Your
is
refrigerator has
Exactly.
been that way forever, right?
So what happens is the refrigerator takes the heat from the inside the box and puts it
Sure.
out. That's the opposite way. The
Just does
exact
it the
same
reverse.
thing, but in reverse. Yes.
moves
It
that
takes
heat.
the air, the heat from the air, and then push it inside.
Sure. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. So we try to explain that. So it's good to hear it from somebody else that knows what they're talking about, because we always try to educate people on the benefits of these. This is a really good looking unit, and it has
it
some
does.
new features that we're really excited about. We're really excited to offer it to our Arizona market.
And I will tell you one more thing
Yeah.
also. So we do have here a leak detection sensor
Okay.
that is connected to the control.
Yes, we've seen that on some other models, but that's fantastic.
We have also a shut-off valve that you can install it on the inlet. So if the sensor senses the water in
If
there,
there's any water that where it's not supposed to be,
it will send the signal to the board will shut off the valve, and
so you
there will
don't
be
have
no more
anything
water going inside
catastrophic.
the unit.
Yeah. So it's pretty future-proofed for even when it does get to that failure point
Exactly.
in the distant future, where you're not going to have any catastrophic loss.
Exactly.
I love it.
They should know also that there is some kind of water that will be coming out, but it's just water, like regular water. It's not like condensate water, but it will be just like regular water. So
Sure.
they don't have neutralize it, but they can just go ahead and take it to the
To a
garden
drain or
wherever.
outside.
Exactly.
Correct.
So it doesn't have to be a problem.
Well, Anas, that is awesome, and I appreciate you running it through with us and our market. We're excited to offer this specific unit to them. We just got greenlit for Arizona. All of the new government programs that are greenlit. We're the only retailer other than some of the big guys that are going to be able to offer those incentives to customers. So they get up to $2,500 off.
That's good.
Of the cost of these, which makes it less than your standard tank water
Oh,
heater.
definitely.
So-
And remember, these guys will pay for themselves in the future.
Yeah, even if you didn't have those incentives, they would pay for themselves.
Exactly.
Which is significantly different.
Exactly.
Anas, you've been fantastic. I appreciate you showing it
welcome.
to us. Been crazy. Lots of heat pumps, lots of water heaters, lots of new efficiency upgrades. What do you think, Dave? Excited? He's excited.
Future's upon us.
I'm here with Cheryl with GE, and she's going to explain a little bit about these awesome GE GeoSpring water heaters.
Yes, yes. So I'm very excited to explain these products. As I was explaining earlier, these are some products I don't actually have to fib. They are fantastic, and we're very excited that they finally launched last year. We offer them in a 40, a 50, a 65, and an 80-gallon capacity. They come standard with a leak detect puck, which will connect to the auto shutoff valve. There's sensors on the puck that if they detect water, they will automatically shut off and give you a notification in the app that you have a leak. I think most people have or know of people who have horror stories of leaks. So that's one feature. You can buy these in either a 120 and 240 volt convertible configuration. So it will plug into a 15 amp shared circuit. If that, you get two 900 watt elements. If you decide it's not enough power, you can swap out the power cord and get a 240 volt, and now you have two 3600 watt elements in the product. Just swapping out the cord with Wago
Just the
connectors.
cords.
Yeah,
Right.
and they're easy. It's an
So
easy
come on
swap.
in here and let's look. Tell us a little bit about some of the settings on these. A lot of our viewers don't know anything about heat pump water. I'm always shocked how few of people know about heat pump water heaters in the Southwest.
Oh, yeah.
Where you would
No,
think it would be standard place by 2026.
Yeah.
But tell us a little bit about some of the different settings that you can have.
So the heat pump water heater is basically like other heat pumps you have in your house, right? Your refrigerator, your dehumidifier, maybe you have a heat pump outside, bringing cool and warm air in. It's the same thing. So what it does is it pulls the heat from the ambient air and shoves it into the water. So it heats the tank and indirectly heats the water.
Just moves that air into the water.
Yes, absolutely. And so we offer several features on this. And we understand that sometimes with a heat pump recovery is a little bit slower. So you can get these units with an integrated electronic mixing valve. When you do that and you change the capacity setting like to extra high, it potentially gives you an extra 60% hot water. So that 50 gallon will act like an 80 gallon.
Right.
Yeah. So if
Okay.
you've got, and it works on the app. So if you've got like kids coming home from school or it's Thanksgiving, you can sit on your couch and you can crank up the water heater and know you got plenty
Right.
of hot water. You can also, while you're doing that, look to see how much hot water you have left.
Right.
And is it safe to take the shower?
So in Arizona, in the Southwest, we've been installing these for years. Some of the early complaints I would see about them were from people back east. They would have them in their basement, and they said it turns it into a meat locker because of all that cold air.
Oh.
But in the Southwest, we don't have that problem. So can
Yeah.
you just explain a little bit about what happens to that cold air that comes out?
So we do offer a ducting kit if you
Okay.
don't want it to fill the space.
Right.
I think we understand it usually changes the
Well, what
temperature.
my point is,
Yeah.
we want that. In our market, we want that
okay.
cold air, right? We want to harness that because most of these units are in the garage.
Yes.
So
yes.
it's a huge benefit to us,
Yes.
just a side benefit of these, other than being super efficient.
Yes.
that they actually cool that space
And
and have a cooling factor.
And the warmer the space that it is in, the less energy it's going to need for your elements, the better
Right.
it's going to do. So
Right.
no, we love it in warmer
That's why I
climates.
always laugh when I see
Yes.
comments about it in those other markets. Because
Yeah.
in our market,
No, it's
that's the opposite,
yeah,
right?
absolutely. Yeah.
So-
So no, it does do that as well. I guess you don't really need dehumidification, but technically dehumidifies as well.
Yes.
So yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. And so this behemoth here is the 80.
This is the 80
This
gallon.
would be a
That is so this is the 50 gallon.
the 50.
This is the 65.
Oh, okay.
They're out of order.
Yes.
Because we have
Because of height. Okay.
they wanted the heights to make it
That's
aesthetic.
interesting.
But
Okay.
yeah,
And then this guy,
40.
fantastic. Cheryl, thank you for going through that with us. That is awesome. And that really helps our viewers. This has been super fun to
Yes.
get to know these units a little bit better, and we're super excited to introduce them to our
I'm so
market.
happy to
Yeah,
help.
it's fun
Yes.
to meet you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
You too. Thanks.
We're super stoked. I'm here with Omar with LG with what has to be the best looking of the hybrid or heat pump water heaters, right?
Absolutely. Our heat pump water heater is designed to go into any interior home application. So we put it in the kitchen next to the sink and to the ranges
Sure.
for easy application, easy water heat application. Our heat pump has a heat pump in the top portion, easily accessible if needed for service,
Okay.
but it takes the ambient air, pumps it through the system, and it allows the heating elements, there's going to be two that go around our tank, to create one faster faster recovery first hour,
Than
first
a
hour
standard
recovery,
tank,
and then
right?
a standard
Yeah.
tank. Our water heater is about 42 decibel levels. 42 decibel levels. It goes up to 140 degrees. It has 4 modes.
It's fairly whisper quiet.
Whisper quiet. Premium.
Because early on, I know these have been around almost 20 years now, but early on, the early models of these, that was a complaint, right?
That's true. You're absolutely
Now,
right.
in Arizona, the reason we really like them, I'm always shocked how few of customers have even heard of heat pump water heaters at this point, right?
Absolutely.
In 2026, you would think they'd be fairly common, especially in the Southwest.
Yes.
Right?
We still get. I didn't know LG made them.
Yeah.
So you're right. This technology's been out for a long time, but our heat pumps are as quiet as a premium dishwasher.
Yeah.
So it makes it, again, able to be installed anywhere in the house, predominantly next to a kitchen. Easy access on the panels for the heating water elements. First hour recovery is extremely fast. So this 58 gallon that you're seeing here has a first hour recovery rate 76 gallons.
Oh, wow.
So
That's
it's
higher.
almost 20%.
Yeah.
Okay. With our water heater, we actually have what we call our ThinQ technology in an app. It basically allows for anyone who has a LG appliance, LG TV, LG water heaters to track and track all of the usage as well as any service issues that may arrive,
Yeah.
and be able to have access to it at all times.
So it would all be in the same ecosystem, whether you had a washer dryer. Like I have an LG washer dryer, it would be on the same app,
Everything on one
not a
app.
second app. Okay.
Easy to use, one app. And this is an example of it here. 10-year warranty on the inverter compressor. Our inverter compressor basically allows for, so it's a dual action compressor. It allows for better durability.
Right.
I always liken it to, well, a lot of my coworkers liken it to stop and go on a car. When you stop and go on a car, you're stopping and going on your brakes, which invariably wear and
Sure.
tears out the brake. If you have it, so stop and go, constantly ramping up more electricity usage. With our dual inverter, you have one peak existence, and then all of a sudden, it automatically maintains the energy usage as needed. We have 3 types. We have a standard in our water heater. We call it the M model. We have a demand response, which allows for the energy to basically use what's needed, kind of like an off ramp on a highway. When you
Okay.
get congested electricity, it diverts
You're
it
talking about the different modes.
to different
right?
modes.
Okay.
And then you have what we call our leak detection. So we have 3 different types. 2 gallons, 3 types. So 58 gallon and 80 gallon, 3 types of a manual, a demand response, as well as a leak detection,
How hot do they go?
up to 140 degrees.
Okay. So
Now you're gonna need a
yeah.
you're gonna
Scalding
need,
hot, right?
It's gonna
Okay.
be scalding hot.
Of
But
course.
what you want to do is make sure you have a mixing valve to kind of create that cool water opportunity if it's that high. You should never really have to go above 120.
So as a hybrid, you have all of the benefits of a standard one,
Yes.
plus the heat pump, which makes it that much more efficient.
Yes.
How much more efficient than a standard 50-gallon tank?
You're looking at a 74%.
Okay, yeah. And isn't that just amazing? Like in the Southwest where we're at, where you have abundant heat, most of these are gonna be in a garage or utility room,
Correct.
right? I know they can go anywhere in the house, but that's just the most common.
Correct.
But to be able to have all that hot air that we suck in and it heats the water, it just makes sense. So
Correct, and he basically will cool the room for you as well.
That's
That's an unintended
yes,
benefit.
an added benefit.
Yes, absolutely.
I tell people that and they don't believe it, and it's like it is. It's basically your refrigerator in reverse, just moving that hot air. So
Correct.
anyways, I appreciate you going through it with us.
No problem.
We just wanted a quick rundown. We have so many customers that don't even know what a heat pump water heater is.
Absolutely.
And so we've been going through the different ones. This is, like I said, the best looking one. So
Appreciate it.
Omar, you've been
Thank you.
awesome. I
Nice to meet
appreciate
you.
it. I'm here with Lonnie with Ecobee, and he's just going to walk us through really quick some of the differences between their different thermostats. So we include a lot of these with our energy efficiency customers in Arizona, do a lot of HVAC, and instead of including the proprietary ones from the different manufacturers, a lot of times we'll do the smart thermostat instead because of energy efficiency and all the data that you can get with them. So walk us through from the light to the premium, if you would,
Sure.
and just tell us a little bit about them.
So the nice thing about the Lite is this is probably our most popular model that we sell.
Okay.
It is by far one of the easiest to operate. What's nice about Ecobee is everything is touchscreen. So we all have cell phones, we're all used to touchscreen.
Right.
Ecobee works the same way. When it comes to efficiency, this is a Wi-Fi enabled model. So it doesn't have all the smart features you get in the other two models, which means that for expansion, occupancy, you have to add a smart sensor to it to get those features if you want to get the most efficiency. When you move up to our enhanced line, that's where you get occupancy built into it and you get the enhancement. So with that enhancement, you're able to know when someone's home and not home. So the thermostats at the top two can actually learn your patterns.
Like a motion sensor that's built in so it knows when you're there. Okay.
So what it does for 3 weeks, it actually learns what you guys do. So let's say you go to work from 8 a.m., you get home at 5 p.m. It learns your schedule. So with your schedule, it says, okay, at 8:01, I'm now going to kick the HVAC off for a little bit, so I'm not air conditioning in Arizona.
Got it.
I'm going to go from 72 degrees up to 75. When I get to 76, 77, I'm going to air condition again. So I keep that difference, but I'm not at that 72 degrees where I normally want it. Now at 4:30 p.m., it's going to go, okay, I'm going to kick back on, and now I'm going to go back to 72 degrees. So now I'm not cooling all day long when I'm home. And that's where we get efficiency and we start to save money for homeowners.
Okay.
Now,
And then we bump up to.
when we go to the premium, we have the smart sensor. Now, the nice thing about Ecobee is the smart sensor will work on any of our models. You can pair them with the enhanced or the light.
So if you wanted to start with a light because you got it maybe through your utility company,
Yes.
it was no cost, and then you decided, hey, I could really use this. Explain the benefits to the sensor.
You can add the sensor to it. So for me personally, I have 3 sensors in my house. I use them in different ways. One, I have one in my master bedroom because my thermostat is downstairs.
Right.
So for efficiency, when you have a 2-story house,
Sure.
usually you have a 7-degree delta in your house because hot air rises. We all learned this in second grade, right? Well, the nice thing with Ecobee is it takes an average. So in my house, what I do is I take the average throughout the day when my kids wake up
Okay.
until 9:30 at night. And
Right.
what I do is I run my fan on my system to take that hot air upstairs and redistribute it downstairs. So I live in Seattle where it gets much colder.
Right.
So what I do is I take that air that's hotter upstairs and I redistribute it downstairs. So in my house right now in Seattle, I'll show you on my phone,
Yeah.
it's currently 68 degrees downstairs and 69 degrees upstairs.
This is one of the things I love most about Ecobee is the app. It's simple, but it has as much data as anybody could ever
Absolutely.
want. Right?
And what's most important about it for homeowners is the app and the thermostat, and obviously this is my house, not the thermostat here, work the same. The homeowner has to learn one thing, whereas most other manufacturers you have to learn 2 to 3 different things between the app and the thermostat.
Sure.
And homeowners usually don't like that.
Love it. Yeah.
That's why Ecobee has a big advantage over our biggest competitor, but we won't say their name. But they have 4 letters. Now, with the smart sensor, what I do is I have it scheduled at 9:30 at night to take over my house in my master bedroom. So the biggest complaint most homeowners have is at nighttime, they wake up because they're hot and or cold because their house is based off their thermostat downstairs.
Right.
Well, that's inefficient. We're in 2025 and we can do things more efficiently.
Right.
So what we do is we put a smart sensor in my bedroom and I run my whole upstairs off of it. So now, when I want 68 degrees at nighttime, instead of being based off my thermostat downstairs, it's now based off my sensors in my bedroom.
Got it.
And with air conditioning in the summertime, the 4 days a year I get to use it in Seattle, I can now air condition to that instead of downstairs, which would not have a cool enough upstairs.
Right.
So it gives you more flexibility in your house and how to run your house the way you want it instead of being dictated like it's 1957 by your thermostat downstairs.
Right. One thing I really appreciate about ecobee, and then one of the reasons that we use them so much with our customers, is that whether you are on the light or the premium, it's all running the same software, right? So you have the same experience whether you're on the most inexpensive one or this one, but there are major benefits to getting those sensors, whether it's when you first get it with the premium or later.
So one of the
Like you
biggest
just
advantages
said.
of the premium is expandability. So it has the ability to run accessories as well. Because it has an IAQ sensor built in, it can run your purifier or ventilator directly from the thermostat and kick it on when you need it to clean your air. On the opposite side, you can run with a common wire relay, either humidifier or dehumidifier, and with your humidistat controls built into the thermostat, you don't need anything else on the wall like other companies do. It's all built in. So I have digital humidistat controls built into the thermostat to control that humidifier or dehumidifier to turn them on or off.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, I appreciate you walking us through the different models and the different things. The biggest thing for me is those sensors, right?
The sensors really changed the game.
Whether you have a 2-story house or whether you have a single level like me, it makes a huge difference. So it's not just reading it in the hallway. You have it in your bedroom or in your kitchen where it's different. And
we all know a thermostat's never put in a good area when they build a house.
Yeah, it's in the hallway, right?
Yes.
So anyways, just a quick rundown of the different models for the ecobees, why we recommend them to our customers so much, and why we give them as part of our energy efficiency packages. Lonnie, you've been fantastic. Sure appreciate you. Good to meet you.